everyone, welcome to Reasons for Roots. Today I'm super excited because I get to show you an unboxing from Heart of Dakota. So in my last video I mentioned that we are using Heart of Dakota as part of our homeschool curriculum for next year. They are a Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool curriculum company that pieces together fun curriculums and gives you the user guide so that you can use this method pretty easily. So with this, they have several different levels, and today we will be unboxing the Resurrection to the Reformation. So the first thing is their wonderful catalog. This catalog is very thorough. You can go to their website and request a catalog, which if you're interested in this curriculum at all, I suggest you do that. The packing slip.
There's triple mutant COVID variant.
Okay, so we'll have Monks and Mystics. This is the History Lives series. This is the second book in that series. We will have Draw and Write Through History. This is the Vikings, the Middle Ages, and the Renaissance. Then I think these are some read aloud. So the Forbidden Gates, that would be a read aloud. What in the World, Volume 2, Romans, Reformers, and Revolutionaries. This is a CD collection of history. Then we have another read aloud, Mystery of the Silver Coins, and the first volume of History Lives, Peril and Peace, Chronicles of the Ancient Church. Ink on His Fingers, Mr. Pops, and Psalms and Hymns of the Reformation. So as you can see, this set comes with tons of great literature. Then, of course, we have Rod and Staff, Level 5. So if you listen to one of my curriculum pick videos, I had mentioned that my daughter would be using Rod and Staff English 4 for the beginning of next year. But she surprised me and just really worked hard and got through English 4. So we will start with English 5. This is the student book. All this wrapping is kind of like Christmas. The Tinker's Daughter, which is a read aloud. Then this is really cool. This is the Bible Study in Stereo, Philippians 1. So with this, the children will be memorizing Philippians chapter 1. And so this is a CD songs to help them memorize. And it is in NIV version, which I like. Morning Star of the Reformation book. The Story of Sir Walter Raleigh. Gabriel in the Hour. And then Story of the Middle Ages. Then we have A Piece of the Mountain. We have The Legend of Squanto. This is an audiobook. Then we have Tales from Shakespeare. Oh my, this one's heavy. Okay. I love how they wrap things here at the Heart of Dakota. Okay, so we have the Memoria Press Famous Men of the Middle Ages. Then we have, this is the heart of the curriculum. This is the guide, the Heart of Dakota guide from Resurrection to the Reformation. And I can do a flip through of it, but that's what that looks like. Then we have another read aloud, Good Queen Bess, the story of Elizabeth I. Then we have Leonardo da Vinci, the Illustrated Books of Knights, Bard of Avon, the story of William Shakespeare, and then Looking at Pictures, an introduction to art for young people. Okay. We're not done yet. Still more. One more. And this would be the Shakespeare student notebook pages that they fill out as they study Shakespeare. This is for their personal devotion time. And this is an inductive study of the book of Philippians. Like I showed you a minute ago, they'll be memorizing Philippians 1, and then they'll use this for their personal devotion. And then this would be their notebooking pages to go with the study. And then, of course, the teacher's guide for Rod and Staff English 5. Okay, so I have it organized into exactly what it is and what it's called on the website. So this would be the basic package, which is the read alouds for the curriculum. So you will see in the guide that every day they schedule story time and tell you what to read from which book. So here are the read alouds for this year. So when you order on Heart of Dakota, you have the choice to buy the economy, I think it's called the economy package. And that is basically everything that you will need to do the curriculum besides read aloud and English. So this is the core of the curriculum. So with it, you, of course, get your guide, and then you get all these wonderful books. So since we are also using BiblioPlan, and I plan on doing a video of how I'm going to tie the two together, I chose to bypass a few of the books listed, such as a maps book and Mystery of History, Volume 3. So since we already had the BiblioPlan textbook and we're going to use these things to tie into BiblioPlan, then I just chose not to get the Mystery of History textbook because we already have a textbook. And so what was so cool about BiblioPlan was that a lot of what they recommended was mentioned in the read aloud pack and in this pack. So that's why I went ahead and pulled and just bought the whole guide and everything. It's because BiblioPlan was going to tie a lot of these books into it as well. So with this, you can also choose to get a Shakespeare study, which I chose to do. So they will have Shakespeare notebook pages as they read through Shakespeare that is appropriate for children. And so you have the choice with English what to choose or what English curriculum you want to do. They actually even, schedule, your own writing program or your own language arts program. But I really enjoy Rod and Staff. And so since she finished it up, I just went ahead and got this. And then she will go half speed through Rod and Staff. She will do it every other day, and then she will do the Simply Charlotte Mason on the opposite days. But this is the music that they give you for this, or they provide for this. And like I said, this is the Philippians CD. So I just added this on and this on. So I got the English, the music, the read alouds, and then the basic package, which I didn't get everything. Like I said, I think there was like 3 books that I did not get for this. But I do want to show you a look inside the Heart of Dakota guides. So this is Hearts for Him Through the Resurrection and Reformation. This is for children, I think they say ages 10 to 12. And then they also have a package where you can make it fit for older children as well. So let's just look for an example here. So just like Little Hearts for His Glory, this one is a 2-page spread. So when you open the book, this will be for the child's for the day. This is what they will be doing. This is the layout and the schedule for the day. So in the box, you'll see if it has an I, that means for independent. Like here, it's teacher and independent. S is semi-independent. And then, of course, T is for teacher. So you do learning through history first. And so they will do personal readings independently. So I plan on reading the lesson from Biblioplan's textbook. And then she will go and do her independent work with history. Like on this day, she's reading Monks and Mystics. And then it'll give a description about how to narrate it and what the big idea is. So I like how it tells you the big idea. It has a history project, I think once a week. And then it has more independent study. They do story time, like I said. Then once a week they do research. And then this page is their basics. So they'll always have a Bible quiet time. On this day they have art appreciation and then their language arts. So with their language arts, they rotate writing and like grammar work. So on this day, they're doing reading, which I'm using Christian Light Education reading, and a writing lesson. So we're not using these two, but I'll plug in her reading and her writing here. Okay. And then on this page, you see they'll work on their history project. Like on this day, they do a timeline. Here is their devotional Bible study, which we will do our Illuminate Bible curriculum on days that calls for devotional Bible study. And then their language arts, math, and then their own science. So they did have a science package you could purchase, and they also had a devotional Bible study package you could purchase. But I used their own for that. So, same thing here, reading through history, history project, story time, and this day it's geography. And so, since I have the maps with geography, with Biblioplan, we're just going to do the map book with Biblioplan, but I did order the atlas, and it was back ordered. So she will have the atlas to go with this curriculum, just so she can see what they're talking about. And then the same thing here. And you'll see some days it's longer. So here's her Shakespeare being scheduled in. Poetry. So with poetry for the year, they will go through, I think it's Emily Dickinson. And they will write about it in their notebook as they go through. So, and then it starts over. Research, art appreciation. I love this curriculum because I love Charlotte Mason. I love the Charlotte Mason approach. I can never be totally Charlotte Mason, but I do appreciate it, and I would need help with it. I love that they schedule it for you here, and it's very, very easy. It seems very easy to follow. In the back, let me see, they also have dictation passages in the back, but before I decided to use this, I did buy Simply Charlotte Mason Spelling Wisdom, which is fine. So we will use that instead of the dictation passages in the back here. So they tell you that, and the poems are in the back as well. So also with the, in the student book, in the guide, there is narration tips and a teacher's list, which I think is very helpful, especially if you're just starting narration. So they show, you know, how to do narrations, written narrations, as well as oral narration. So there's several pages of tips and how to get your child to be a good narrator. Something I loved that they add, or that they have in their curriculum, is the notebook for each age, or for each level. And so this is the title page. You just put this in a 3-ring binder. I mean, look how beautiful. So that's talking about Rome. And so it doesn't give instructions on the notebook page. It will give it in the guide. And it'll tell you, your student will know what to do in each of these boxes here. See, so you're studying leaders. I'll kind of just skip through. There's some Michelangelo. I mean, it's just beautiful. And then they have their art gallery section where they will study, you know, various art. So if you chose to do the Shakespeare study, then you would also have a Shakespeare student notebook. And these pages are so nice, both notebooks. I mean, you cannot print these this nice at home. So like the name of the work, pictures to go with them, and they will tell them, you know, what to write in the boxes here. But it's just very beautiful, very beautiful. So every year I try to make a goal, or set a goal, or a focus for our year, for our homeschool. What is it that I want to accomplish? If I accomplish nothing else, what do we want to focus on? Last year it was grammar and reading good literature. So I like to build on those goals. So I don't want to just set that aside because we're starting a new year. I still want to be very grammar focused, and I still want my children to read tons of great literature. But we're going to build on that now. So this year, our focus is, if you cannot already tell, history. History and writing is our main focus. So when I bought Biblioplan, I knew, and because of, you know, just research and looking, that this Heart of Dakota package for my daughter would fit perfectly with Remember the Days, Book 2, Medieval Days. So what I'm going to do is I will read aloud the lesson from this book every day to her, then on, or 3 days a week. And then on Fridays, she will complete the maps, which is not a lot. It's 1 page. And then she will also do review questions from Cool History from Middles. Okay, just to review what we learned. But all of this plays into and will reinforce what we learn in Biblioplan. So I wanted her to get it. I wanted it to come alive to her. And I thought these were great resources to help history come alive, for it to be more than a 15-minute lesson out of a textbook, but that she could actually see, like, the famous men. She could see how Shakespeare fit into it. She could see, learn to draw. She could learn art from it. And just the notebooking pages, I think, will help that a lot. I think it'll help cement this age of history, you know, into her mind and into her heart. So I am doing the same thing with my boys, just not through a Heart of Dakota package. So they will sit through our read alouds, and I'll probably also have them listen to the audible of What in the World. I mean, a lot of these can be used for my older boys as well. So, but remember that when I bought Biblioplan, I also bought my boys the companion guide. So they will have more reading than this with Biblioplan. But I plan on incorporating some of this as well. And another reason why I think we will love this is that this will help my daughter be more independent with her studies, in that I don't have to spend so much time planning each and every book. It's already done for me. It's already written out. She can see what she needs to do, and she can even see if she's going to need help with it or not. And she's a very good reader, so I don't anticipate any of the books here that she's going to have to read by herself to be a problem. Okay, so I know all those books look very overwhelming, so now that I have it somewhat organized, I just want to show you what it looks like for her, or will look like for her daily. Okay, so this is her little desk, and right here I have a book van. So what I did was look through the first week, which is 4 days, and pull out any resource that she will use for that week, and I put it in this book van. So for her history for week 1, she will be reading from Peril and Peace independently and listening to What in the World. Okay, this is our read aloud for the week, and then she'll have her Shakespeare study once a week, and then she'll have her daily study of Philippians, and then once a week she'll be going through this book looking at pictures for art study. And so as you see, it's not that overwhelming once you break it down into small portions. So that's all she will use for that week. So really, the only book she's reading independently is one day she'll be reading out Tales from Shakespeare, and then every day she'll be reading from Peril and Peace. Okay, so here we have our notebook pages. So I just put them in a binder, and you will see on each day, or each page will be labeled what unit it is. So they say that week 1 is actually unit 1. So there's 36 units because there's 36 weeks. So the guide will tell what to do with like box 1 or box 2 or box 3. And so down at the bottom, at the end of the week, they have a box 5 for their written narrations. So I love how they separate it for them, and their narration will actually be, you know, in their notebook. The beautiful maps. And so everything is very well laid out from what I can tell right now. And so like on day 2, they will study in Polycarp, and so they'll fill out box 6. So just because it's labeled like box 1, 2, or 3 doesn't mean it goes in that order from what I can tell. So like box 6 is used on day 2 when it's talking about Polycarp. So she'll just pull out her little notebook. This is like her daily binder with her paper for other work in it. But there's her history binder. It goes right in there. She will have her guide, which goes over here. Never mind my mess from unpacking, but right here. So these top 2 shelves is where she keeps her books. So I sort of have them organized. Science, math, handwriting, which I don't think I've shown you her handwriting, and grammar, or English, is daily work. So I'll just keep them all grouped there together. And then she will loop through writing, reading. She'll do Latin once a week on Fridays, spelling twice a week, Bible, a Bible lesson, not Bible devotion, Bible lesson twice a week. And then these go with her biblio plan that she'll do once a week. So those are kind of looped through. So those aren't daily books. So I will stick her guide with her daily work. Plan is for her to come grab her guide, and then as she needs each, she can come get her daily stuff. But this is where I'm keeping her other books. And I also have this that I bought from Simply Charlotte Mason, but this is just the extra books right here that she will be pulling from, or I will pull from, and put in her book bin. I have her read alouds on our bookshelf in the closet, so those are put away. But these are the other books, you know, she'll be working throughout the year. So as needed, I will just pull these out. This is one that I bought myself. That biblio plan suggested that they didn't include in Heart of Dakota, but since we had the other two, I figured I'd get it as well. And so I will pull those as needed. And I just have a little cubby hole for each. And those are the books that my boys share. And then a cubby hole for each. And then my little guy. So I think the system will work well. So that's it for today. That's an unboxing and just a quick run through of what Heart of Dakota looks like and how we plan on using it. I do plan on doing an update review of how it's going, if it's going well using biblio plan and Heart of Dakota together, and my thoughts as we get into the school year next year.